Hey guys, it's Sarah with SheeHandmade, and today's tutorial is our Thumbprint craft box. If you've already received your craft box and you've been waiting on this video, I want to apologize. I had some technical difficulties with my video camera, but here we are. From now on, all of our craft boxes, the video will be posted before the craft boxes are up for sale, so that you can even watch the video before you buy your box to see if you're gonna like it before you order it. If you're interested in buying one of our craft boxes, check out the description box below for the link to go to the store to buy one of these Thumbprint charm craft boxes. We're gonna be releasing craft boxes once a week starting soon. Right now we're just in the beginning stages of it, so it'll probably be around 2 a month, and then we want to get up to once a week and have different types of crafts for kids and adults and families to do together. And we're even thinking about putting together like a slumber party box for when your kids have sleepovers and birthday parties. It's just all kinds of stuff. So make sure to check out the description box below for links to that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. I know that I was going to announce on this video who the winner of the craft kit was, but since some of the people who have subscribed to my channel have a private YouTube account, I can't see your names to put you into the drawing. So what you need to do is make sure you're still subscribed to the channel, but comment in the bottom down here under this video, on this video, comment, I want to win. And I will make sure to get everybody's name in the drawing. I will leave it open until Monday, April 30th. I will do a video and announce who the winner of the craft kit is. So with all that being said, let's get crafting. Okay guys, let's hope that I can keep my camera straight because I can't find the tripod that I want to use for this video, of course. It seems like everything is just going wrong in this video for some reason. So anyways, if you've already purchased a Thumbprint kit from me, this is what you got in your kit pretty much. You do have a couple more of these and some other little things. If you were one of the first 5 people to buy a kit, then you did get a bonus pack of charms and a sterling silver necklace chain in those kits. So just to kind of quickly go over this in case any of you are interested in purchasing a kit, you can see what you'll get. You get 4 cord necklaces that already have the findings on them. You get some lobster claw clasp and some jump rings, a round and a flat toothpick. You get gray, white, and black polymer clay. You get some silver gray paint, and you get glaze to glaze your stuff when you're done, brown mica powder and black mica powder, and a paintbrush. And this little bead, all this bead is for reference on how big to roll out your pieces of clay, so that you're not rolling out too much or too little, and it's just a pretty good size reference. Plus, then you can use the bead for whatever you want later. Also in your kit, you get instructions, printout instructions on how exactly to do all of this. Plus, I will do a tutorial with every video that I do. I know your clay in your box will look a little prettier than this. Like mine's kind of, I've already messed with it, so it's kind of wonky. So the charms that we're going to be making today are these cute little Thumbprint charms. I don't know how well the print is going to show up on camera. Maybe this one, since it has a little shiny, you can see. Here's what we're making. Here's some of them on the necklace cords with a little leaf charm, and that one has the initial with a rhinestone. Different things. You can put them on necklaces, bracelets. You can, like this, put on a charm bracelet with the lobster claw. Keychains, anything you want to do. I'm going to show you how to do these round ones today, and I'm also, for this video, going to, I just got paint or something on me, I'm going to show you how to make the heart-shaped charm for if you want 2 fingerprints in the same charm. Oh, I got one right here. This one still is a pretty funky one. But you have a print on each side of that one if you want to do 2 together. If you have 2 kids, or you and your spouse, or whoever, and then you got it. So, okay. Move some of this stuff out of the way. And the reason I put 3 colors of clay in this kit is in case you wanted to mix it, like make a lighter, you know, a darker gray, lighter gray, or just white, whatever you want to do. That's why I included 3 colors. Any of these items are pretty easy to go find on your own, but to buy like all of this clay together, you would have to buy in 1 color, so you would have 3 times at least this amount of clay if you bought them separately, plus, you know, to buy a whole box. Not that toothpicks are expensive, but you know, you don't want to. The whole point of me doing these kits is so that you have just what you need to make the project that you want. You don't have to go buy 100 jump rings and 100 lobster claws and 20 ounces of clay and, you know, all of these extra things. You get just what you need to make what you want. So you're not wasting money and wasting, you know, products that are just going to sit in the corner and, you know, go to waste and never be used. So we're going to start off by taking some clay. I'm just going to grab some white to start off with. You want to, if your clay's hard, like the white is pretty soft. I actually think all of these brands that I used for this one are pretty soft. If your clay is hard, you'll want to condition it, like knead it together to make it soft so that it'll take your fingerprint. So I just want to roll it into a ball. You know, doesn't have to be perfect. And kind of check with the wood bead. It can be a little bigger or a little smaller. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of a guide to get an idea of about how much you need to do 1 fingerprint. I'll roll out a couple. You can even do like a marble. Yeah, see, this black clay is a little bit harder, and it will get on your fingers, but it wipes off. If you have any trouble getting it off, just use a little bit of rubbing alcohol or an alcohol wipe. You can even mix them together to make it kind of marbly. If you want like a marble effect. If you want to, we'll use the gray. I'll roll out a ball to make a heart charm. If I can hold on to anything. So you'll want to, for the heart charm, roughly roll out about 2 balls the size of the wood beads. I don't know if you guys can see. That one's a little small, but it's okay. Then you want to put those 2 together, just because you are going to need a little bit more clay to do the heart shape, because it is a little bit bigger. So once you get your balls of clay rolled out in the colors that you want to use, all you have to do is press your finger, whoever's fingerprint you're wanting, into the clay. You want to do it kind of slow. Hold it there for just a second, and then slowly peel your finger out. You want to hold it there for just a second so that the clay can kind of push into the creases on your finger to make the print. And you want to do that with, I'll do my thumb on this one. And you don't want to push it clear down to your table. Oh, I should probably say that too. I'm using a ceramic tile because I do a lot of clay work, so I have that. You don't want to put it on wood or anything, so you might want to put down a piece of plastic wrap or parchment paper just to kind of protect your surface. I actually like to use parchment paper because you could pick that paper up and get it off of the table or wherever easier. But you can kind of see how thick, like it kind of is a little thicker on the sides, but you don't want it any thinner than that. The thinnest part there where your print is, just so it holds up. Like this one, you can see kind of cracked a little bit right there. So you can either take your finger and just smooth over it, or that's why I put a flat toothpick in here, and you can take it and lightly go over and fill in the holes that way too. Do the marble. That one looks kind of neat. I don't know how good you'll be able to see the print. But the other thing is, it is hard. I mean, if you angle it, you can kind of see, but until you get the glaze and stuff on it, the print is kind of hard to see. Once you start adding the mica powders and color to the charm after it's baked, then it's a lot easier to see the detail in the fingerprint. So with the heart charm, if you're wanting to make a heart one, you'll want to flatten it out just a little bit before you press into it. Move these out of the way. Just so makes it a little easier than a ball. So you're going to want to angle to the side of one and press one fingerprint in just like the other ones and peel your finger out. And then whoever else is doing the other print, or if you want two of the same person's, whatever you want, you're going to want to angle it this way and just in this much of the print here. Like you can see, here's the print line, and then just this much crisscrossed, you'll want to overlap them. So you'll press into that side and kind of see it already kind of makes a heart print. And you just take your little toothpick and kind of go around and shape it into a heart. Now me personally, since fingers are all different sizes and stuff, I kind of like the off, I don't know, like not perfectly even on each side, because I think it just kind of shows whose fingerprint. You can kind of tell like one finger's a little smaller. The organic shape, that's the word I'm looking for. I kind of like things that are more organically shaped rather than perfect. So you can just kind of push in the little choppy pieces around the edges and you get your little heart. So once you got your charms all pressed out, oh, sorry guys, let me hit the camera. You'll want to take your round end, pointy end toothpick. Remember which one the top of that one was. Usually the top you can kind of tell because you could see the edge of your finger. So now you have to poke a hole for the jump ring to go through. You'll want to do it kind of close to the top, but not too close, if that makes any sense, because you want there to be room for the ring. So I usually right under that ridge that you get is where I put the hole. You just put your toothpick in and kind of swirl it around a little bit. Now with the heart charm, I have a couple options. If you're wanting to put it onto a necklace chain, you can put a hole in each side and have the chain coming out, or you can put a hole in one side and have it kind of dangling sideways. So it's just personal preference. I'm just going to put one hole just to show you guys. So now if you want to add any initials or birth dates or anything like that, now is when you'll want to do that using your toothpick. So with like the heart charm, if you have like two people who you did on here, say like mom and dad, you know, that you can just lightly scratch in, and then if you get any clay on the end of your toothpick, just take it off. You know, scratch in the letters however you want them. See, I'm a little bit deep on there, but that's okay. Just tap it, you know, smooth it down. Or if you do, say you want to put your kid's birthday in one, you can also do it on the back. So if you wanted to add, I'm just going to use my birthday for reference. You know, you could do that. Or if you want to put that day, so you could do like their initials. Put like A, B, and then today would be 4/25. And you can just kind of scratch it in that way, and it'll stay there once you bake it. So once you get all of that done, let me see if I can press that on there too. Okay, there we go. Once you get all that done, you're going to need a baking dish with a piece of parchment or plastic wrap in it, parchment paper or plastic wrap. You can even use a piece of aluminum foil. You'll just want to try to smooth it as much as possible, because if the clay is drooping in the pan and is bent like that, that is how it will bake, and you won't be able to flatten that out. So you'll want to put your pieces in your baking dish with the paper and make sure that they're not touching because they will stick to each other. And you'll want to put those in your oven at 250 degrees for 20 minutes. Once they are done and you get them out, you'll want to leave them cool in the dish completely before you go on to painting them. I have this one here that is baked. Let me see if I got a couple other ones. Yeah. So then once they're completely cooled, you take them out of the pan. That is when you need to decide what do you want to do with them next. You get a paintbrush in your kit and some paint and clear glaze. You get these few little rhinestones and charms. Let me take one of these rhinestones. I already stuck a rhinestone to the one when I tried to do this video the first time when I had camera issues. And then your mica powder. So the mica powder, you guys in your kits, you don't get a plastic container like this. Yours is in a little baggie. It takes such a tiny amount, like just this lid will do these charms, to do these. So your finger is the best tool when it comes to putting mica powder on these charms. So you'll just want to get a tiny bit on your finger and then take your charm and then just lightly rub. If I can hold on to anything, I want to lightly rub over the fingerprint. Is that showing up for you guys? You can see how it really makes the print pop and stand out. So that is all it takes, just that tiny little bit of powder. The best thing to do is just dip your finger in your little baggie that you got and do it that way. And the black, I'm going to get too much out of this. Try to do it over this one. So with the black, do the same thing. Just lightly. I'm trying to just kind of get the letters more to stand out on this one. You just lightly go over it and it really gives it some contrast. So if you want to add rhinestones, then you'll need your clear glaze. Get the lid off this. You guys will probably notice that these little lids are kind of a pain to get off. Like with me, I'm always afraid I'm gonna like fling it and it's gonna go flying everywhere. You can use your little toothpick to pick up the rhinestones. This is a neat little trick. So flip your rhinestones over so they're right side up. And then you just take a teeny tiny bit of clay, like just a little dot, and put that on the end of your toothpick. Get the stick. Now you have a little rhinestone grabber. So you decide where you want to put your rhinestone and take a little bit of clear glaze. We'll put this one right underneath the hole for the jump ring there. Put a little dot of clear glaze, and then you'll want to take that little spot where you put clay. You could just pick up the top of your rhinestone just like that. You don't have to worry about your fingers and trying to pick it up, and you'll just stick it right into the glaze. And you can leave that dry. You want to glaze the rest of your charms. Just take your paintbrush and brush it on. If you can do one layer, you can do as many layers as you want. The more layers you do, the shinier it's going to be. So if you just want a little bit glossy, then you can just do one. If you want it super glossy, then put a layer on. It dries pretty quick. You can leave it dry. You will want to take your toothpick after glazing each time and kind of stick it into this hole just to make sure that it doesn't get full with glaze. So, or you can even, if you don't want them glazed, you like the matte color of the clay, you can leave them like that. personal preference. And really, you don't even have to do these shapes. If you want to cut it into a star and have 5 fingerprints on there, you have plenty of clay in your kit to do that. And you see, I made, this was the amount of clay that you got sent in your kit. And I made all these charms. These ones aren't baked yet, but all these charms. And all of these charms. And then the 4 that are going in the oven now. And you can see how much clay we still have left. So you have a ton of clay to make a ton of charms. You could go around and get charms of every single grandkid, niece, nephew in your family, anybody that you want a thumbprint charm of, you can get it. So once your glaze is done drying, this one I didn't glaze, so once your glaze is done drying, then you can add your jump ring. And you should be able to bend these just with your fingers. If you have trouble bending them, then you can use some pliers, but you want to bend them side to side like this. You don't want to pull them apart. You just want to bend them side to side because it makes it a lot easier to close up and it makes it go more flush back together. So put your jump ring through the hole. And now you can decide if you want to put it on a necklace, then you'll want to take your cord and put your cord through here before closing it up. Or if you want it on a lobster claw hook, then you'll want to put your lobster claw on. Or even if, put these little charms out of here. Even if you want to add some charms, all these ones are still together because they were just to show you guys on the video. I didn't take them apart. The ones in your kit are taken apart. So if you want to add the little charms, and you can put those on and then close it back together. Just turn it back. And then you have these little feather charms with beads on your charm. You can always put it on a necklace, or like I said, you can put it on a keychain or a jump ring, however you want to do it. Then you end up with these cute little beads or charms. Super easy project. If you guys make this project, I would love to see it. So make sure to tag me on Instagram and at SheeHandmade. Don't forget that if you are wanting to win one of these kits, make sure to subscribe to my channel and comment below in the comment box, I want to win. And I will be drawing a winner on April 30th. And I will do a video announcing who the winner is. It'll just be a quick, here's who won, I need your address video. So make sure to do that if you want to win. Like I said in the beginning, we are going to be releasing a lot more kits. So if there's any type of kit that you want to see in the future, make sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what that is too. And we will try to get that out. So thank you all for watching. I hope that those of you who have your kit enjoy it. If you are wanting to buy a kit, check out the link in the description box below. There will be a link down there for you to buy a kit. I only have a few left of this particular kit. So if you want one, make sure to go grab it now while I still have them in stock. And that's all for now. So thanks again. See you next time.